We are James and Jennifer Boyd, owners of a tile and remodel company, as well as a home decor and gift boutique in North Carolina. Join us as we share home design and decor tips, as well as how-to tutorials as we work through some of our own projects at home. Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. Glad to see everyone. Hope everybody's having a great day and a great night.
Hey, how you doing?
So yes, we are in our home tonight.
Again.
Because
internet spotty and 7 likes.
Yeah, so we decided this is safer.
Yep.
Because the team put together a great show, put in a lot of work, and it's one thing when I've built a show by myself and I'm bummed, but when I've got Ashlyn and Trish on board helping out with the show, it's, hi George, hey bestie. It's just better to make sure that it goes smoothly as a
hey bestie, my bestie never said where the auction was. I feel like I missed out.
He doesn't want you to know.
I know. I feel like I missed out on some vintage Texaco napkins. I'll hold it against you forever.
All right.
So, all right, you ready for the show?
I think so.
All right. We've got Ashlyn and I in the chat room. We currently have 65 followers. I know it's not a large number, but it's where we're starting. So our goal is by the end of the month, 75. So we need to pick up 10 subscribers. So if you like to watch the show all the time and you're not a subscriber, do us a favor, reach down there, click the subscribe button, ring the bell, and that'll give you notifications when we go live.
Right.
And it's not very often, so it's not going to pester you, but but it certainly helps us out when people subscribe to the channel. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much for that.
Mark's here. Good evening. Berenstein. Good evening. Joy's here. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Yes. So great. Your bestie's wife told the auction was. All right. Well, so, maybe I need to check my messages.
Guess what the topic is tonight?
Proportions.
Proportions.
Where did I see that? I saw one of you guys wrote it down someplace. I just happened to read it. Mm-hmm. Proportions. That's about all I know about the show.
Right.
So it's about proportions, and yeah. So let's figure out.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
What do I mean?
The size of things compared to the size of other things.
Right.
Like I'm proportionally taller than you are.
Considerably. I'm also not there. I'm standing up as tall as I can.
No. I'm slouching so I can fit in the screen. So my hair is getting chopped up if you didn't notice. All right, we just lost Rachel subscribers. Okay. Anyways, enjoy the show.
All right, so James is heading back to his spot in the kitchen. That is our central location for tonight. Little computer central. So chit chat with James. If you've got any questions, he'll answer them as best he can for you. And if there's something he can't, well, he'll ask me and I'll try to help out. So we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. And well, let's get rolling. Size matters in design. The most frequent question, one of the most frequent questions I get is about size. And cocktail table is one of the top items. This particular piece is perfect for a small setting, something with a small grouping of 4 accent chairs or a small sofa or a small love seat. This piece measures in at 37.5 in diameter by 18 tall. I love the rustic sunburst top. It has that kind of industrial look, but it's refined by its chrome rim and chrome leg. Loving the little ring detail as well, which makes this piece very versatile for either traditional home or contemporary home, rustic, farmhouse. This piece would fit anywhere. So, had a few things, I don't know why it did that. It was layered right on the screen and, well, it did its own thing. It's kind of the way things have been going today. Computer's just doing its own thing. But isn't this a beautiful table? Really love it. Love it for a hello from Ohio. Hi, Maria. So love this table. I love the sunburst top, the wooden sunburst top against that really polished chrome edge and leg. I think it's really stylish. It really can fit in just about any decor, from rustic all the way to traditional. And it is that perfect size table for a smaller setting. So let's say you've got, in our home, we've got a TV room that direction, and it's a smaller sized room. If we were doing it more of just kind of a sitting and meeting room, it would be the perfect space for a table this size with 4 nice, maybe swivel club chairs around it, so everyone could have nice conversation around the table. The table would be there to do, to set a glass of wine or a beer or whatever you're drinking while you're visiting with friends. It's a great table to rest your phone on while you're chit-chatting, because, you know, we don't want to be on screen when we're visiting, right? But I think it's a beautiful table. And when you have something this size, you kind of have to think about styling it as well. You don't want to fill every surface, because a cocktail table works for 2 different things. One, it allows you to have a space to place items on for convenience, and it's a place to add interest. So when you're decorating something like this, when you're styling it up, keep in mind that it's supposed to be useful too, not just pretty. So we've talked about this before. Don't over style. So how do we style something of this nature? Let's talk about how to style a table of this size. Because it sits a little lower, we need to think about how to not stack things too tall. Still draw the eye down or draw the eye up, but my tallest piece doesn't tower above this lower table. We do have the sailboat that's carrying the silver in from the rim and the leg of the table. Also that natural finish of the base itself, pulling those colors in, also adding height. The candles do the same by adding a little natural color and height by putting one of the candles on that wooden chunk riser. By adding a little life to the table, we've brought in our artificial potted plant. Now, I've talked about this quite a bit. Artificial or live plants bring life into a room. It doesn't take much. It can just be one small piece. But this particular one is artificial, so it's perfect for those of you who have a black thumb, or if the room itself can't handle a live plant because it doesn't get enough light. The plant's done beautifully. The leaves look so realistic. It's nice and full. It even has artificial dirt down underneath. And I love the texture and the natural color of the pot itself. It does carry in those warm golden tones that the tabletop has, just in a little bit of a different, darker way. And it has great texture on its surface. This plant is only $36.99, which is a great price for an artificial that's been potted already. So it's just a buy and plop and go. It's all ready for you. Our last item that we have on the table is the home for everything. It's the tray. This particular tray is a little bit small in size for this table, but you saw I was able to kind of spread the look out by putting the plant off to the side. It has the nice bark edge, and again, that nice solid wood surface as well. So we're carrying wood to wood, that rustic look. $50 for this particular platter. That brought everything home so it didn't look cluttered. All those pieces placed on this surface without a home to go to, that many pieces would look a bit cluttered and overdone. What would be a great size, and this table can handle it, is a larger tray. It does cover up some more of the pattern, but that's okay. What this does allow you to do is create a larger home for all of your pieces. So I can place all of these exact same elements, but they can all go to that one same home. So I hope that's helpful. If there were a camera, like for off-camera moments, you would have saw some funny stuff. Just saying. You have no idea what's happening when these videos are going on. A little off-camera dancing, you know? Just gotta do it. So when we style this table up, the idea here is to allow the eye to travel down and or up. So layering of sizes, but because the table is smaller in circumference, you don't want to overpower with something super tall. But you also don't want things that are too short and squatty either. Do you need something as tall as that sailboat? No, you really don't, especially if it obstructs your view, say from somebody across the room, or from if you've got a television in that room or something like that. You don't want to obstruct the view of that. But a couple of weeks ago, I talked about how on a cocktail table that maybe doesn't have drawers, a place to hide things, you need a home for things. It's the same for decor. All those items alone on the table just look kind of cluttery and lost, but having those two different size platters really brings everything home. There's also room, if you eliminate a thing or two, there's also a home to throw the remotes on or something like that. So everything, again, has a home, less clutter looking, right? Now, let's talk a little bit about what else we can do with this table, styling it down a bit. For those of you that look at this and say, that's a lot to go on one table, that's okay too. We can strip it down because sometimes less is more. If we undress the whole tabletop, one piece of sculpture covers it all. This is in perfect proportion to the entire table. It brings the chrome in as well. It has a fun propeller and rolly wheels. So it could be a toy for your grandkids, your husband, and it's $130.99. Again, perfect size for this size table. So see, something as simple as that airplane can really style things down, par it down, but we're still bringing that color in from the table by adding the chrome. So let's talk a little bit about some of the items that we styled up with. First item we're going to talk about is that bark platter. Now, fun fact, in classic show day form, this guy sold today, so I don't have it to show you up close. However, it is something that I can get again. So if you're interested in this, let us know. This is a great line, actually. I've got a couple of other pieces from them in the shop. They've got these great bark-edged platters that are round. They also have a great bark-edged tray, so it's a rectangular shape with wrought iron handles for carrying to serve, or that would also make a nice shape, contrasting shapes, and you don't have to use a round shape on a round table. You can use a rectangle or a square as well. That would look fantastic. Just kind of mixing up the shapes adds interest. But you can see the beautiful detail in the close-up of this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hey, James. Let's say it louder. Hey, James.
What?
Could you please tell our viewers how much this beautiful platter is?
I'm answering other questions, but the beautiful platter is $50.
The beautiful
and it's
platter.
15 inches in diameter.
15 inches in diameter, $50 for this particular platter. It has great live or bark edged coasters as well that are really cool. They've got another kind of like a serving dish, I would call it. I wouldn't really call it a bowl, but a dish that's in a leaf shape with great carved detail. Saw it in Vegas at Market and really liked it a lot. So I know that's going to be on my next order when I put that together with them. All right. Another item that we saw that I'd like to feature is the faux potted plant. And the reason I want to show this to you is because, as I said in the video, when you bring plant life into a room, you add life to the room. And James kind of thought I was a little crazy about this when we first moved into this house. But when I added just one plant, he was like, wow, that really does make a difference. Didn't you, sweetie?
Yes, he did.
So, wow, James, your voice got really high and very feminine.
Okay.
He's coming to defend himself.
To defend myself here. We have a little change in format where Ashlyn's here helping us.
Yes.
I'm listening in an earpiece here, back there, to the as it goes out, the broadcast, the way you guys listen to it. That is on a 10-second delay from what she is saying. So when she says a question to me, I don't get the question for 10 seconds later. I sound like an idiot answering it then because the question already went away. It's gone.
It went away.
It's gone. It's like over
It
there.
went away.
So it's like, oh, now what am I answering? So hey James, what price is the platter? Oh, we've got this beautiful faux planted plant. It's $50 and 18 inches around. That's how it would come up. So they're yelling at me. Answer the questions. I'm trying to answer the questions in a timely fashion. So, anyways, question. So the table was 18 inches tall. I think the platter is 15 inches around. The platter's $50. The table was well, I answered it up there. Russell's asking about that, and Russell's asking, do we offer online ordering? So Russell's joining us from Georgia. His daughter put us onto us.
Yes,
Appreciate him
I
joining
saw
us.
that.
Okay,
Welcome.
so that's something we were working on, Russell. We've already started inputting all the information into the system. To do that, it's just taking us a little while. It's a lot to do. It's more to do than we thought. And we're having a little problem. We can ship a sofa for 13 cents according to the United States Postal Service. So,
which is great for you.
Which is great for you guys. But yeah, we were losing out on that. So and everybody was tax exempt. We couldn't get it to charge sales tax, and shipping was 13 cents for the faux plant or for a dining set. So it was a bit of a shipping problem. So we are working on that, and I appreciate your patience to stick with us. And there'll be details about that coming up on forthcoming shows. We probably won't be shipping the larger items,
Correct.
but we are coming up with a shipping program where we can ship some of the smaller household goods, more of the decor items, less of the furniture items. The furniture items are more, and a lot of our furniture is custom. So it's about coming in and feeling fabric, sitting on the sofa. Oh, I like the springs in this. How high is the back of this, and the depth of the seat.
And we actually do ship these smaller items, not tables and things like that right now. We just don't have the means to do that. But because we can't do it online right now, we have done it where people either message us or they give us a call at the shop, 910-673-3884.
Yeah, if you
or
see something,
message us through the website, and we have taken payment and gotten all the information and shipped that way as well.
And if you're local in Moore County, we've got people going out every day. That like we had one of our girls out today picking up a check. We're going to the bank. We're on the post office. We have people running all over the place. We got guys going out to job sites all over the county. So if you see something online, you're like, hey, I really like that. Can I get that brought to my house? It's a very good chance we can say, yeah, we can bring that to your house. Yeah. So we can do those kind of things online if you're local in Moore County. If you want to buy anything and you're in Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, I'm going that way this weekend. I could drop it off. Maria's already offered that I could stop in for a little coffee and say hello on Columbus way. So, but anyways, so we're flexible. We're willing to work with you the best we can. It never hurts to ask. Just ask.
Yeah, just ask. You never know.
Yeah.
Trish thinks we're funny.
In 2 weeks, we're going to be in Tennessee. So if you're Tennessee way and want something, just let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
But so what drew you in here, James?
Oh, yes, defending
was
myself.
that and my question my statement was
Yes.
that when we first moved in this house and I said we need to add plants inside, you're like, okay, because I said it adds
they go in
life
dirt,
to a
and the
room.
dirt's mostly outside in this house.
And he was kind of against, and when I told him it brings life to a room, he kind of thought I was crazy until I brought one plant in. And your reaction to that was?
Let's get another one. Yeah.
Really
there's
does.
something about having greenery in a space that just livens it up.
Mm-hmm.
We've got is that a banana plant?
It is.
It's a banana plant in our dining room over there.
And it's faux.
Yes,
because it gets zero sunlight.
Yeah, and I'd forget to water the bananas. So, but it is in the corner of the dining room, and I love it. She put it in there. I'm like, this needs backlighting now. So I went out and got a backlight, and we lit it from the back, and it just looks so cool. And everybody comments on the plant, and it really does make a huge difference in the house. Faux plants, although I do call them dead plants from time to time, and she says they're not dead because they were never alive. Then the nice thing about them is, in my office on my desk, I've got a little sports car planter, and I kill everything I put in it because I think live plants are better than fake ones. Well, the live ones die when you don't take care of them. And sometimes I don't get in my office for a couple weeks at a time. And when I come back, I'm greeted by deadery.
He had a pot of death.
It's not an inspiring way to start your day. You got my coffee and dead plants. Nice. I got to deal with that again. So the faux plants do have a place in the world. Yes, just not outside of a restaurant in Indiana. I'm not going to mention your name, but you got to get rid of those dead plants.
Yes. So if you're going to do faux,
yes,
it's got to look real.
It does. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've all been to the big box stores and seen their faux plants. They look fake, like really fake. When people come in our showroom, they're always like,
are those real? They're trying to figure out if it's real.
Yeah, they can't tell if it's real or not because she is extremely picky. When we go to market, we spend half our time looking at faux plants to see which ones look real.
So this is faux. Even down to inside the pot, it has faux dirt.
Fake dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Faux dirt.
I love the texture of this. It's awesome. This particular one is $36.99. I even have smaller little guys. I've got other botanicals coming as well.
Wow, Mark. Mark one-upped Maria. You said I could even stay the night. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I was just going to sleep in the truck for a couple hours, but now I tell you what.
Yes, you are. All right.
Thank you for that offer.
Moving. So the next item, James, do you want to share this one? Because this is fun.
Nervous. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. So I love when we go to market, she has to keep me out of, a lot of the different booths because I will sit and play with the toys. So this is a biplane.
If it has moving parts, he has to move them.
If it has moving parts. Sometimes it breaks. They had a table and you cranked it and it would go higher and lower. And it was at its highest up and I wanted to go higher and it came out and fell over. But anyways, sometimes that happens at market. So I love this plane. This plane is what? Is that 18 inches long? 19 inches long? That's a good size plane. It's got a heavy weight to it. It's like an aluminum that's not completely polished, but it's nice. It's not chrome finish, but it's a polished aluminum. This thing looks sharp. I love the look of this. We bring in a few different pieces from this company, made in India, and the propeller goes around because everybody's got to try that, and the wheels do turn. They're not just fixed wheels. So great plane. I have no idea, Ashlyn.
Yeah.
What's the price of the plane, darling?
Right here. It's $130.99.
It's $130.99 right there. Thank you, Ashlyn. So there you go. But that's the plane. I probably didn't tell you enough things about it, so I'll give it back to her, and she can finish describing it to you.
Actually, I think he did a fantastic job, except it also makes noises when you make it make noises. Right? Okay. So, enough fun and games. Let's get back to design. How about another piece? Smaller spaces call for smaller pieces, whether it be indoor or outdoor. Yes, I said indoor or outdoor because this particular piece can go in either place. It is made of teak. The fabric is also made for indoor or outdoor. It is a polyester fabric, and it is a polyfill cushion as well. For those of you that have come into the boutique and had a seat on this, it does sit quite firm because it is more compressed so that it can be outdoors. That allows the cushion to dry faster. This particular piece is 56 wide, 33 tall, and the depth is, at its widest point, 35. A great piece for that smaller space. I love the linen look fabric, and I love the kind of grade finish of the wood. It is a very beautiful piece with great detail. The pillows are welted all the way around on back and front, as well as the seat cushion. This allows the cushion to keep its shape. You can also take these cushions and flip them. That's a little side note on style. I love outdoor furniture because I love being outside. Let's fix this. My seams are wanting to do funky things to me today. I don't know why, but we're gonna fix this. There we go. Better? Okay, so I love being outside. Just on the other side of those doors is a beautiful outdoor space with 2 outdoor sofas. It's James and my favorite place to be when the sky is not yellow with pollen and the weather is nice. So right now in North Carolina, where we are, it is pollen season. All of you friends and family up north, you're getting snow. We get pollen here. I seriously think you could probably shovel it away. The other day I had to use my windshield wipers because I couldn't see outside of the yellow dust. So once all that blows and washes away, you need this. It's beautiful. It's for outdoor furniture, it's comfortable. Outdoor furniture tends to be a little firmer, and that is because of the density of the cushion, allowing it to withstand the elements. So we want a cushion that's going to dry quickly, right? So if your sprinkler accidentally sprays the furniture twice a day, that's never happened here. It dries quickly. Or if you get a quick shower in the morning, it'll be dry, nice and dry for you by mid-afternoon. Yeah, it dries quickly. I love the weathered wood finish on this piece. I think it's beautiful. I love the lines on this piece. Something that's not quite capturing in the photo is you can see the arm of the chair, and then you see the piece that comes down and forms the leg. It actually, here's your arm, it comes in and scoops and then drops flat. It's really lovely. It's got nice lines behind those 2 cushions, and I should have pulled them forward so you could see that. There's nice slatted backs, which I really like. One, because of the look. Our outdoor furniture is on a raised patio, and so when you're out in the yard, you can see all sides of that. And the back really is beautiful. It is, in some incidences, it needs to be pushed up against a wall, but others it can be wide open, and the back is just as beautiful as the front. I also like that open back because it allows the cushion to breathe, so that if it does happen to get wet, being outside, if it's out where it can get rained on, again, it allows the cushion to breathe and dry faster. So, all by itself is lovely, however, it looks naked. It needs a little dressing up, don't you think? Now let's talk about dressing this up a bit, because to be honest, without all of these things on, it feels naked. We've got to dress it up. And the best way to do that is with a great pillow. This particular pillow is a polyester. It is a polyfill, but I would not leave these outdoors in the rain. You can leave these, but I wouldn't leave these. You do want to bring those in. They can be cleaned off with a damp cloth.
This particular pillow is $35, which I think is a great value. I love how it brings texture and a little bit of pattern interest to a very neutral fabric that's on the love seat. I've also got this great throw, pulling the blues in from the pillows and the creams or oatmeal in the cushion into the ticking of the throw itself. This is a new one, by the way. I love its fringed ends, and it's not an overpowering, oversized throw. This is something just to cover up lightly if you need to, but this is one that cannot be left outside. This is $85. I love the texture and the color it brings in. But if you want a throw that you want to leave outside, we've got that for you too. This particular throw, it hasn't been washed yet, so it does feel a little scratchy, and it's not going to be as soft as some of the others. But you can leave this bad boy out in the rain if you wanted to. So if you've got your love seat out on the deck and you've got your little fire pit going on, but there's still a little chill in the air, you can use this as well. I love the blue against the oatmeal fabric, and this particular one is $143. So a bit more, but it's very durable. It does have a flame retardant in it as well, so if you're sitting by the fire and you get a little too close, you're okay. So let's talk about the size of the pillow for a second, because we are talking about proportion today. These are in perfect proportion with the sofa. A mistake would be to either go too large or too small. You don't want a big beefy pillow like this. One reason is you don't leave any room for your guests to sit, especially if you have two of them, and it just takes over the whole sofa. I mean, it might as well be the back cushion in this case. Again, also going too small. You don't want to go too small with a pillow. I don't have an example of that on the floor right now, but you know, something that's dinky and tiny, it's just going to get lost. It's going to fall through the slot on the side all the time, and it's going to end up on the ground. So pillow size, perfect for this particular piece.
Thank you, subscriber number 66. We appreciate that very much. Our goal is 75 by the end of the month, so share us with your friends and family. All right, so styling up. Oh, I hear James. James is afoot.
There, we got a thank you, Ashlyn. We now have an order of service. For those of you that attend church, there's an order of service for the people that are running the show. So yes, Ashlyn has given us an order of service. I thought after the throw we were going to do James Gentile.
Oh.
Did I read the order of service wrong?
Yeah, no, but I haven't shared the items yet.
Oh,
so
the throw.
Mm-hmm.
Was I not just watching that?
You were watching the video.
Oh, sorry guys, missed my cue.
But that's all right.
A fun fact.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had fire retardant throws.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
I learned something on the show tonight. That was pretty cool.
Yes, you like my little chat about that?
I did, and I like what you were saying about the pillows. And when you put the oversized pillow in there, it really did kind of block out the pillow that it came with. And you're right; it made no sense to do that.
No.
So
I see that a lot.
So, do you guys like the format of the show? We're trying to do a little educational thing at the same time. We're doing yeah.
So let us know how you feel about the format. Let us,
Yeah. I saw a funny meme the other day about education. Something about education's important, but a great car collection is better.
More better.
More better, or something like that. So that's just funny. Anyways, all right.
Anyway, so let's get on to those items that I needed to chat about. And James, you can come back soon.
I'll come back soon.
Come back soon. So some great pillows that we got in. I really, really like the pattern of these, and I think they look really sharp on that outdoor sofa. So this particular pillow is only $35. It has a polyfill, it has a polyester fabric on the exterior as well. So easy to kind of wipe off with a damp cloth to clean up, and you can have it out in the elements. Now, again, those of you that are in this area, I would wait to put stuff like this outside until pollen season is done. I'd rather have pollen season than snow season, just saying though. Anyway, I think it's really pretty. You can see the detail of the stitching up close. So we've got some gold and some teal streaking through that denim and cream. Really sharp looking pillow, very neutral as far as style. It does have a welted edge all the way around, very nicely done. And again, only $35, a great buy, and one that you don't feel bad putting outside. You know, some things were like, I like it, but I don't want to put a $150 pillow outside. I wouldn't either. So that's something I think about at the shop when I'm going to market and bringing things in. I think, would I spend that for that? And if the answer is no, I don't bring it in. Even if there is somebody that would, that's kind of how I roll. Those specialty items, if somebody really, really wants them, I order them in, but it's not for everybody for every day. So we just leave that for special things. So great little pillow, right? Now the throw is new and I love it. So I really, really like the color that's going on in this. We've got browns, we've got blues, we've got creams, kind of a goldy, buttery cream. You can see how it kind of variegates from a yellow to a lighter cream. Great size. It's got striped pattern going on, fringed ends. But again, this is one, would I want to leave this outside? No. So if you have that love seat in maybe a sunroom or a Carolina room, I'd use this. But if it's actually outside, I would use the other throw that I showed you, because you literally can leave that in the pollen and the rain, bring it in, throw it in the washing machine, and it's perfectly fine. And like I said, if you're sitting around a campfire, a few embers fall on you, you're not going to burst into flames. So just like your pajamas, right? There's flame retardant in children's pajamas for the same reason. So, you know, things don't catch on fire. This particular throw is $85.
George is asking if you could hold it closer to the camera so you can see the weave of it.
Yeah. I did that, but I'm sure because of the delay, I'm going to do it again. Really, really pretty. So it's a looser weave. I'm going to hold it. That's it layered up. George, I'm going to hold it this way as well so that you can kind of see it's a looser weave. All right, hope you can see that because I can see the screen kind of through the weave, just to give you an idea of its looseness. Okay, now James, guess what?
Cute!
It's time for Life Moments with James and Jen.
Is this where we're not supposed to talk?
Maybe.
So I'm on cue now, right here. So yeah. What were we? We're going to talk about our offices, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay, I do remember that. I was briefed earlier.
Yes.
Briefly.
I actually shared this information with him pre-show.
Yeah, what she usually does do is because she's scared I'm going to talk about it at the beginning. Just come out and say, "Hey, let's talk about our offices," and she's like, "No, wait, that's for the other time." So, anyways,
Your mom likes the format of
yes.
the show.
Did you see earlier, Mom, when I said it was weird not having you here? You've been here for the last 4 shows. It was like all of a sudden we're doing a show without Mom. I felt like, wow.
So
here we go.
For those of you that have been watching, she's safe at home. We miss her.
Yeah, she's safe back home. Got in Toronto with the snow. not sitting on the front porch having morning tea anymore.
No.
But we do miss her. It was great having her here. 4 weeks we had her, and it was great.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she'll come back again. I don't think we scared her away too bad. Come back and visit us again soon. So
Right.
yeah.
So
And thank you, Mom, for while you were here. A lot of you guys don't know, but Mom was here. She's a busybody. She likes to do stuff,
things.
and which is awesome.
Not busybody.
Not busybody in your life,
but yeah.
but like
Busybody likes to have.
Yeah, she is not a sit on the couch and watch her soaps kind of person.
No.
She is like, let's do something. So we had a lot of fun. We got to do a lot of hence the tree apple doesn't fall far, whatever that is. But the we got to do a lot of fun stuff while she was here. We did a lot of work while she was here. She kind of got to see a little bit how hectic our lives have been.
She got to see firsthand some of this office transformation.
Yes, that's right. And she was part of it.
She was.
Curtain sewing.
Yeah.
And cleaning out, making room for our new offices. So did you talk about this, about we're each getting new offices?
We're going to show that.
We're going to show the video.
So let's show that, and then we'll chat.
Okay.
James and I have been a little bit busy working on projects in our own offices. So I'm bringing you in on, let's see, this is a couple weeks in. So we've already started, we've made some progress, but I wanted to share with you. Here's what we've got. This is my office space, and these walls were actually this color. Here's James.
Hello.
These walls were actually this color. James painted these for me 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. So I love the color. He painted these cabinets as well. I wanted the cabinets, my trim, that whole wall. The door is also the same color. Ta-da!
So this used to be Jen's old office, the first half of it anyways, and then we had a storage room. So started off by coming in here, you can see the scar on the floor here, we removed a wall from here, took the drop ceiling out of both rooms, opened it up, fixed all the wires. With drop ceiling, electricians, plumbers, HVAC guys, everybody gets lazy and they just throw everything over the drop ceiling. So everything had to be moved, rerouted, the alarm system, the phone system, all the electrical, security lights, everything had to be moved. The air vents, things like that. So the only thing we didn't have to move was any plumbing. But we've raised the ceiling up now to the height in the back. So we're at 11 feet in the back now instead of the 8 feet it was at. All new electrical. Over my desk I'm going to have 2 large lights. I'm going to have a ceiling fan here. I'm repurposing these Parcan 56 lights, which are basically a stage light that you see. Repurposing those, putting LED kits in them so that I can use those. There are going to be 15 of those in here to light the space. The walls will be covered with, my car stuff, as my current office is.
Sometimes in life we have a plan A, a plan B, and sometimes we have to go to plan C.
And I'm just pleased that the boo-boo didn't involve me, because a lot of times it does.
So my thing is showing me that some frames may have skipped a little bit, so I apologize for that happening, but it should be okay now that we're back to live.
Yes.
But that was just a little teaser of what's going on. There's so much more that happened after that video clip that we just shared.
Yeah. One of my favorite pieces got hung in my office today. So maybe next week's show you can see that. But anyways, my office currently is in the boutique space, and as part of our plan of growth, we're adding more furniture to the boutique, and so I needed to move my space out of there to get more space for the boutique. So I am currently leaving behind my office and my storage room and my bathroom, and that's all going to be overtaken by the boutique, which is good, but it allows me to get back up into the towel show.
It's going to be on the other side of wall of
That's
me
right.
again.
So she's in the first office, I'm in the second office, and then I've got an additional room that I'm building out into the warehouse, which is going to be like kind of my little coffee/whiskey bar and viewing room and collection room and stuff. So I'm really excited about building that out, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So
We both are.
Yeah, we both are. We're really having a lot of fun. So updates will be coming on that. Fortunately, we have enough work to do that we don't get to work on it a lot.
Right.
So we're pretty busy with the customer jobs, and,
Right.
and they're keeping us hopping, which is great. But so a little, not enough time to work on our office, but so don't expect,
A lot of
immediate
content
progress.
from that.
Yes.
So, but it will be coming.
Yes.
Episode 1 will be coming soon.
Yes.
But we need to get moving.
Let's get
Gotta
moving.
Crack-a-lacking.
All right.
So
Can I
let's
say
move on.
before we move on?
Yeah.
It's really funny watching a message come in and watching the both of you lean forward at the same time and squint.
Because we're old, Ashlyn, and we need to lean in to read.
One other quick little thing we're excited about at the shop, we're actually going to be building a YouTube studio at the shop.
Yes.
And part of the reason we're doing that is so instead of looking at a laptop, whatever Tuesday night when we do it, we'll have a large screen TV in front of us. So your comments will come up in bigger letters and we can read them. So.
Because James's theory is, don't wear my glasses while I'm trying to watch TV. Just make it bigger.
We got a 50-inch TV in our front room, the little family room, and that's where we sit and watch a little TV every night before bed. Well, I'm finding myself squinting a little bit. She's like, well, go get your glasses. I'm like, well, let's just get a 65-inch TV and I'll fix it.
Moving on. Let's go to the next item.
A grand space calls for a grand piece, and this piece definitely fits that bill. What is it? It's an etagere. What's an etagere? Fancy word for a bookcase, a case that doesn't necessarily have to house books. It's grand in stature, its size. It would fill a tall blank wall beautifully. It's also grand in weight. This bad boy is extremely heavy because it is a solid wood construction. Each of the pieces you see are a solid wood, so you might want to take us up on that $75 delivery fee. It's also grand visually with the darker finish on each of the various size compartments. This etagere is $2,500. It measures 44 inches wide, 82 inches tall, 18 inches deep.
Isn't this so pretty? And I'm honest when I say, sometimes when people say, oh, we can move that ourselves, this is one that you probably don't want to do because it's solid wood and it's heavy, but beautiful. Heavy in weight, but not heavy in appearance. When you've got something like this and you have so many compartments in it, a mistake is overstyling. Don't overstyle a piece like this. You're going to take away from it. It's okay to have one object in one of the spaces and maybe do a grouping in just a couple of the spaces. Really think about that. Think about color. Think about bringing color from the room in, bringing visual color interest in. Ashlyn loves the light trimming. Almost looks like, right? You like the light trimming?
Mm-hmm.
Almost looks like twine wrapped rimming. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So it's got that dark, it's carved in, it has that darker paint down the side, but where it's light, it's raised. It's a really beautiful piece. So let's watch a little more on how to style something like this.
This grand etagere is very interesting visually because of the various sizes of compartments. It allows us to display items of various sizes and shapes. The key to this is you don't want to overdo. Because there are so many compartments, there's so many opportunities to go so very wrong. You don't want to place too many items in this. You can see we do have single items in some of the compartments, but in some of the wider spaces, we also have a grouping. That can be done as well, but you want to be careful not to overdo that grouping. We also have a bit of a theme going on here. You see repeats of color. We've got a repeat of the wood tone here, of that golden tone in the bee here, warmer tones in the hedgehogs and baskets, and then filtering back down in the basket below. Also in this gorgeous pot. We see white repeating down and across as well. Notice we didn't stack all of our whites or stack all of our rust colors. We scattered them to draw your eye across and down or across and up. A gorgeous piece that's in this display is this beautiful vase. It has great texture, bringing in those golden honey tones of the golden honey tones in the wood. It has a beautiful glazed base. It's only $75 for a vase this size. I think it's a great value. The size of it alone is a little too short for this space, so we've elevated the look in height with the beautiful pink peonies, the ferns, and these little fungi. So it's drawing your eye up using different color and different texture. We've got the great little woven baskets here as well as on the bottom. We've got nice little spring flowers placed inside of the basket to bring in some of that spring color because it is springtime, with our pretty little pink tulips. And then down below, we've repeated that basket, but we've just tossed in a little throw. We used the red. If you wanted to brighten it up, you could use some of those springy colors that we have in throws available right now as well.
I'm telling you, this is so pretty, and there's so many things that you can do with this. So the tips: don't overstyle. Think about how you're spreading that color to draw the eye up and down and across. One of the great items that's inside of that is our embossed bee pot. I love the embossed leaves. Ferns, super pretty, right? It has a painted finish to look like concrete. It is ceramic, and I love that golden bee and all its little detail. This particular one is $35. We've just got one of our little faux fern orbs inside, so it's kind of a plop and done. Got the flat surface in there. The orb is $9.99. Great little item to tuck inside of there. On the screen, you can see we had little green poppies popping out. So you could even use this orb and pop some poppies out of the grass as well, which would be really pretty. So great little piece. This piece I love. Yes, love. Because I love the texture. I really like the way it's styled too. One, peonies are my favorite flower, and I just love the way the height and texture is done on this. So the pot is $75, and look at that great texture.
Backsplash in the background.
The great backsplash in the background that James installed.
That's priceless.
It is pretty.
That's a one-of-a-kind James Boyd.
It is. So I love the texture on the top of this pot. I love that golden tone showing through. And then the glazing on the bottom, you can see the ridges in the ceramic. You can see how the light's dancing on the ridges, and it is gloss finished on the bottom. So it's a glossy glaze on the bottom, a matte finish with all that texture on top. It has a nice wide mouth to it so that you can style it up. You can leave it all on its own, but if you need a little height and interest, you can style it up. Kind of like behind me, I've got these tall blue glass. I'm pointing at it, but on the screen it doesn't look like I am. I've got the tall blue glass urns that are flanking my fireplace. I need more height, so I put botanicals in to give interest and height. Right now it's still wintry. I need to add my spring color soon to it, and it'll really make that stand out and pop. So same with this particular pot. We added botanicals to give it height and color inside of that etagere. All right, I think we're ready to move on to our very last piece, last large piece, and then learn how to style it up a bit.
Say you have a room with a pretty long wall, 6 feet to be exact, or maybe a little bigger. This is a great piece to fill that space. It's a beautiful accent cabinet with a beautiful finish. It is more of a gray tone, but there are warm tones showing through. So this particular piece would work well in a space with grays or with warmer golden tones. It's kind of a neutral in that sense, a nice taupe, as we like to say. It also has great style. I love the design of the doors. I love the geometry of them, the texture of them. I love how they repeated this triangular shape in the door all the way down to the pulls as well. It is solid wood construction, which we'll see when we open the doors and take a peek. But let's get some dimensions on this guy. 61 inches, 34 inches, 16 inches. So because of the size of this, it leads to great opportunity for great things. One, it could house a TV if you'd like, because it has a great surface for that, nice depth. So if you wanted to mount a TV above it or place a stand right on it, you've got the surface to do that. It also, on the interior, has cord management system. So you've got spaces for all of your wires and things to be tucked and hidden behind. The interior structure, or the structure itself, is all made of solid wood. The top, the shelves, doors are a nice heavy solid wood, so it's nice and sturdy. It does have slow close hinges on them, so no slamming of doors or slamming of fingers. And the magnet enclosures are nice and strong as well. You have to give it a nice little tug to get it to come open, but it's not where you feel like you're going to pull the whole thing down on you to get it open. Another great use for this piece would be in a dining room because of the depth of the shelves. You can see we've got plates and serving dishes on the shelves of this unit, and there's plenty of room to spare. So it's deep enough for those nice big platters. It does have two separated compartments. So this is one side, and then we have a repeat on the opposite side as well. So it has great style, so much potential for any living space.
Isn't that beautiful? It's a new piece. I agree with James. I love the style of these doors. And yes, I know where the tape measure is. I know, I kind of tossed it aside, didn't I? I really, really, really love this piece. I think the texture is awesome. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Let me know what you think. I love how that diamond pattern repeats, not just in the big diamonds, but in the knobs, as well as kind of in the other spaces as well. It kind of creates linked diamond shapes. I really think it's a great piece, and it's very versatile. You can use it for so many different things. Great for dining room because it's deep enough for dishes. Great for entertainment spaces because it has all the cord management. So because it's a lower piece, if you don't have a TV above it, what do you do?
So with a cabinet that's 61 inches long, how do we style it? What do we use? Well, we've got a bunch of accessories that we can put on it, but today we're going to be talking about what to put behind it. We did mention that you could use this for TV, so your TV could sit here and be around, or you can hang it on the wall. If you don't do that, there is a lot of wall space because 61 inches is fairly long. A piece of art or a mirror would be lovely. This particular painting, great size piece, but the size is all wrong. It's just too big. Color works great, but it's just too big. This painting is 11 inches larger than the cabinet itself, which means this is not centered, but you can see on this side I'm extending quite a few inches, I believe 7.5 on this side, and I'm extending a good fair amount on the other side as well, totaling about 11 inches. It's just way too big. So what would be the right size over this cabinet?
So great piece, but it doesn't quite work, right? It's way too big. So that was what not to do. Let's check out what you should do or can do.
This is so much better, isn't it? Now we've got a few inches on each side of the cabinet coming in. This mirror is the perfect size. We haven't hung it because all of my hooks on the wall aren't the appropriate height, and I didn't want to create another hole just for video purpose. But you can see I've got a good 9 inches on both sides, and this is appropriate. I can style this by placing lamps on either side or a nice vase on one side and a lamp on the other. The color of this mirror works fantastic with the cabinet, and I believe the style as well. We've got a little hint of some shimmer running through on the frame. This mirror is $280. So remember, the cabinet was 61 inches long. The size of the mirror, 43 and a half, 31 and a half. Great size, whether it be a mirror or a piece of art. Perfect for this cabinet.
So obviously I would hang that up, right? We don't want to leave it sitting on the cabinet, but for video purposes, I didn't want to put another hole in the wall. But you get the gist. The size was so much better. Both beautiful pieces, but one works for the space and one should be used somewhere else. Let's talk a bit about these pieces, shall we? So the big canvas art, beautiful. I love the movement. I love the color. I love the color and movement with that cabinet, but the size wasn't quite right. Still a gorgeous piece, great for a larger wall. Actually, that wall in particular could carry a piece that size, just not over a cabinet of that size. You have a longer, maybe sofa table, console table, cabinet, perfect. Or the art piece can hang on the wall all on its own. It is a reproduction piece. This is not an original. Ashlyn, can you cue your dad to tell us how much this costs?
How much does it cost, Dad?
Modern art print is 72 inches wide, 48 inches high, 3 inches deep, and the price is $349.
$349. Can you believe that? I think for the size of piece that this is, it is a phenomenal price. Looks like it's worth much more, but it's valued at a great price. So if the artwork isn't your jam or you need a smaller item, say to put over a cabinet that size, we do have a beautiful textured mirror. It does hang both ways. It has wire already on the back, so not something that you have to try to mount your hooks at the right heights on each side with the D-rings and all of that. It is wired with picture wire, so nice heavy duty, heavy gauge, picture wire on the back, already pre-wired to hang vertically or horizontally. So I love the texture. Look at that close-up picture where it shows you that kind of shimmery metallic golden tone showing through that taupe background. It adds so much character with its texture, with its color. It's one of those that if you have it hanging over a piece or hanging in a hallway or even in a bathroom as a vanity mirror, it's not one that's overstated because there's so much wild things going on with it. It's kind of an understated, classy mirror. Ashlyn.
Yes.
Cue Dad. How much is this mirror?
Hey, Dad, how much is this mirror?
Check in the comments.
I see that. So
It's $3 inches. Sorry.
$3 inches.
43 inches.
Okay, 43
By
inches.
31 and a half inches, priced at $280.
Again, a great price for the mirror like this. One, it's heavy, and two, it is already pre-wired. So for you to hang, just kind of nail your hook in the wall and boom, hang it on the wall. It's that simple. So you usually don't get that with a mirror of this price. You don't get the quality or the simplicity of the hang. So beautiful piece. We like it. All right. That's everything I had to share with you guys tonight. I hear James approaching. So we're so thankful for you guys
She
watching.
heard James. Translation is James got up from the table and both of his knees and his hips went crack. That's what she heard.
Actually, I heard the chair scoot.
Oh, okay.
Back. Yeah.
Thanks, you're so kind.
But we're super thankful for you guys.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
watching tonight.
Yeah, extra subscriber joined us tonight. Thank you for that. We do
really
appreciate the
appreciate
subscriptions. And then that little bell thing, ding, ring the bell, and then you'll get a notification on YouTube
When we
that
go
we've gone live.
or when we post another episode.
Yes.
Upcoming episode is Transforming Office Spaces Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coming along well.
It is.
So, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
thank you,
thanks,
Russell. We appreciate that.
We
Russell's a new
appreciate
viewer
it.
this evening with us. So
So
thank you.
We're here every Tuesday night at 8.
Yep.
And if you happen to miss us because you have something else going on, well, just watch us in the
Watch
playlist.
it. Our playlist is on the YouTube channel under live videos. We do our Tuesday night. Those are under the live. Under the regular videos is some projects we've done around the house, around the office, that sort of thing. And they're kind of fun to check out too. And just let us know what you think. And always, if you have an idea that you think we should tackle, give us some content ideas. We're always open for another project. We're always willing to try something. Just give us an idea.
So I was on location with James and the crew yesterday,
Yeah.
doing some filming of the crew working on a job site.
Yeah.
So we'll have that
Really
coming
great
soon.
customer of ours. We've done their master bath, their guest bath, kitchen, granite countertops. We've done a few projects in their house, and now they're looking at the upstairs bath, and we're in the middle of doing their screen room that they had enclosed, and heated air conditioning put in, and we are tiling
Beautiful
the floor.
floor.
Yeah, beautiful floor going in there. It's a wood look
That
tile,
come.
so
Right.
that's coming.
All right. So you guys have a fantastic night.
Have a great night. Have a good weekend.
Yes.
And we have people watching tonight from Indiana, Canada. Montreal, Georgia.
Well, Montreal is in Canada.
Sorry, Toronto and Montreal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
For the Canadians in the group, I apologize. Ohio.
All over.
We're covering a lot of ground tonight. So thank you guys. Thank you for taking us, semi-globally. No, all the way from North Kakalaki. So, all right, guys. Have a great evening.
Have a great night. See you next week. And thank you so much for tuning in and watching us tonight. We really appreciate the support. If you like what you saw, click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. If you like something you saw in the boutique or you have something you'd like to see, make sure you comment below. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.